Yo,
Hey, how you guys all doing?
hello.
Welcome Wednesday night to what I want to say has been the most interesting week. I think I want to say
It's been
how
interesting.
it's been different, interesting, unique, odd, insane a little bit.
Some good news too, though.
Some good
I mean,
news.
there's lots of good news we're going to be reporting on today.
It's true. Reporting about less reporting, more comedy. That's what we do. We're very
Yeah,
much
you know what
comedy.
I mean.
Yeah. I'd like to be specific, but
Yeah,
you're
it's
like,
true.
"Ah,
It's
fuck it,
good.
whatever."
You're right. We are not reporters. We are not accredited journalists. We are none of those things. We are opinionated assholes who piss off the right wing nut jobs, and we're good at
It's
it.
true. Hmm. We know what we are. We're pretty good at it.
I've been introduced to a whole new set of stands, and they're the crazy convoy right wing stands. These
We've
whatever.
met
And
those
they're
before,
very
though.
similar to another set of stands that we are familiar with. They are the exact same, if you ask me.
Like a Venn diagram. Just really overlap. It's been massive. Yeah, so it's been really bizarre. And I did not really do a good job prepping. Like,
There was a lot going on. We
there
had
was a lot going
how
on.
many live stream God,
Oh
live
my God.
stream.
We did. I mean, so we had our live. We had a special on on Monday that
Yeah.
went a little off rails,
Yeah.
a little bit off
Yeah, it
the
didn't go at all as we had planned it to go. Yeah. Like we
not at
played
all.
two clips out of the however many clips we took from that spaces. We literally
I
played
know.
two of them. But I mean, other people were having lives and we needed to be in the now, right? Like,
It was very much we I feel we sort of got taken by FOMO in regards to what was going on at other places. And so it was still good. It was still informative. It turned out we got ourselves kind of pulled into into some of those situations, I want to
yeah,
say. Um,
all because we are commenting on the absolute ridiculousness of it all. And guess what? We called it.
we absolutely
Called
did.
it. Anyway,
So
you and Polychick ended up doing a live stream as it was unfolding. So we didn't really need to rehash any of that shit, right? Like we just,
no, no,
right?
there was a lot of there was a lot
I
of
missed
things
it
that were
all, but
going
I
on.
checked it out the
Yeah,
next morning. And yeah.
there was absolutely a lot of stuff going on in regards to all sorts of amongst all the days and everything else. So we're going to go into those a little bit later to try to give you guys sort of the highlights and the important things to go through. We kind of cut out a lot of the stuff out of it.
Yeah.
Some of it's for reasons we'll get into it. But between till we get to there, we're gonna go start off with some of the other stuff because amongst that occurred, other stuff occurred too, and I'm not sure everybody realizes this.
It's still occurring as this occurs, you know?
Exactly.
So
So we're gonna start off with whoops. There we go. The Jewish National Fund recently got its status as a charitable organization revoked by CRA.
as it should.
So the details on this are as follows. Canadian Revenue Agency has notified the century-old Jewish National Fund that it plans to revoke the group's charitable status in Canada over support for military infrastructure in Israel, a decision the JNF says it will challenge in the courts. JNF claims that the CRA changed the rules for charitable donations long after an organization's work had been approved. Our position
So
is that
we've been causing genocide for a very long time, and you let us get a fucking charitable status because we were genociders then. What Nothing's changed. Sorry, go
so.
ahead.
Yeah.
Fucking
So
assholes.
their particular thing is the JNF earlier. Sorry. So their big thing is that sorry, the big claim for CRA is that they were assisting the Israel military with infrastructure,
Yep.
but just CRE rules is you're not allowed to aid any military. So that's right there a big problem. Uh,
Done.
Exactly. So, and JNF is going to be trying to go bring him out to court. Now, JNF had an earlier run-in with CRA following a financial audit showing that the donations from the organization were used to build military infrastructure for the IDF. CRA said the move ran afoul to Canada's tax code concerning supporting foreign militaries. CRA has cracked down on other Canadian Jewish charities in recent years, citing similar concerns. In 2019, Beth Olaf charitable organization has charitable status removed for distributing funds aiding the Israeli military.
Oh, another one. There was
Uh,
another one.
Well, this is back in 2019.
So
There's
yeah,
as the statement says, there was
that
a
just has
few.
a different name now. But anyways,
Uh, there was more than one organization. Is
Mhm.
I think more it is, and so there's a few that according to the article, a few were removed. So it's CRA is doing this, and from based on another article I read, CRA's investigation of JNF was based on a tip that was sent to them. So they will respond and investigate tips that are sent to them in regards to the tax status as to, hey, this money is going to a place it shouldn't be. That's not approved by CRA. We need to talk to you about your tax deductible charity status. So I'm going to say, Dina, what's your thoughts? Although I feel I already know them.
Well, I mean, this is like long overdue because there was even an expose by CBC. What was it in 1991 where JNF used the funds to build over 3 villages that they destroyed and on graveyards and whatever. So this should have happened a long time ago. And it's good that it's happened now. And they better crack down on all of the organizations that are funding Israeli militaries or
So, yeah.
settlers or whatever, settlements.
The settlers and settlements might be tricky because I don't know the rules that they can use.
It's against the law. They can't do it.
Hey, tax codes and laws. You know, it has to be specific. You add it to attach it to a specific one.
Oh, I don't have my phone. Camilla has my phone. I was going to Google something quick, but whatever.
But obviously, if you're funding or assisting military, it's made quite clear here. If you're doing that, you're not allowed to do that. With charitable status, you're going to lose that status right away. So, as for something like building housing on stolen land, I hope there's a rule to it. I just don't know if there is and if it can be done. And if there isn't, then we should probably talk to people about say, hey, we should probably not allow tax funds for things that are against the Geneva Convention. Sorry, not Geneva Convention, sorry, against international law.
Yeah.
That being
Any
one
of
of
it.
them.
All of it.
Agreed. It's just, do we have that rule in the CRA tax? And if not, what does it take to get that rule in there?
Yeah. I feel like it's in there.
Feel like it should be in there. I don't know if it is. I don't know.
I know. I can't check. My daughter has my phone. Another day.
I know. You need another phone.
Need to write a note that I'm going to check it, actually.
Yes. An elderly woman needs to make
I do.
Remember?
I don't have the memory I did as a young
whippersnapper.
I'm old now. See if
true.
I have some reading glasses up here or something. Okay.
That's actually what these guys are. I've gotten to the age that I'm so old. I need to wear them all the time because I'm that friggin' Asian people.
I just started needing them this year, reading glasses.
Seriously?
Yeah. It was terrible in jail. Like,
Jesus.
Holding the book like this. I can't read fine print anymore. I used to be able to read.
This is the problem when you get a little. So I started needing the old man glasses when I was in my 30s, and it became a problem when I realized my arms weren't long enough. At this point, I'd have to hold the world back now because I need these all the time, even for normal view. So,
listen, I have better than 20/20 vision though. When I got laser eye surgery back in 2010, best thing I ever did in my entire life. And I can see beautiful details on the trees. Like I couldn't even see that with my glasses back then, probably because I didn't upgrade my prescription. I was going blind like from the age of 6. And then I got really great laser eye surgery, but my eye doctor said, you're still going to need reading glasses. And she gave me 41 years old, but I'm 47 and just need it. So I beat the odds, Joe. I beat the odds on the reading glasses.
Pushed it. Yeah, he pushed it. My optometrist looked at my eyes when I started to need them, and she saw the eye shapes. Like, yeah, you're gonna so need glasses later on. I'm like, that's. Like,
she told me to eat lots of broccoli and kale and all those green vegetables because they were high in what is it, vitamin A and something else, whatever else, folic acid.
Mine's just my eyeball shape. Didn't make any difference. My eyeball shape is just terrible.
No, you should have eaten more kale, Joe.
Yes, kale. That's me.
I didn't have LASIK, baby. I had Wavefront, and it was better than LASIK. Right away the next morning, I had better than 20/20 vision. It was fantastic. I went back to work 2 days later. My eyes were on fire, but I went back to work 2 days later. I didn't take a full week off.
I think I need a lens replacement is what it is. Just straight out lens replacement.
New eyeballs. Just get new eyeballs.
It is. I'm just gonna get some new eyeballs, and that's gonna be it. So moving on from JNF, which is a wonderful news, is we go over to London on a story that we talked about actually a while back, about a year or so back. So this is kind of interesting that we're following up on this one. Jail time sought for a London, Ontario man who posted a horrific photo in online battle over drag story time. Yeah. For those who aren't familiar or don't remember, this is a story in regards to a gentleman by the name of Bubba. Took a selfie with a dying man in Windsor to win an argument. Because that's what you do. So, now the court is right now 6 months of jail time is sentence being requested for the London, Ontario man who trolled and the 2S LGBTQ plus advocate by traveling to Windsor and taking a selfie with her unconscious terminally ill father.
How disgusting does that even sound?
Christopher Pollock was in a packed Windsor courtroom on Thursday to hear sentencing submissions on a charge of criminal harassment. He pleaded guilty earlier this year. Assistant Crown Attorney Trevor Holmes described the case as troubling on so many levels. You think? Now, this is the original photo in regards to that caused everything. And that pretty much is the center of the entire case is this photo. As
takes a picture of it and posts it. Like what?
And thinks he's winning something.
I know, man.
He did. He won a very guilty verdict by the sounds of it. Because we're now up to sentencing. Along with the jail time, Holmes is asking for 3 years probation and an order for that Pollock provide a DNA sample. Although Holmes noted Pollock's DNA is already on a file due to a prior conviction for a sexual offense.
Oh my
God. An intimate image without consent. What
a fucking idiot. Yeah. He likes posting images.
He does. Weird things.
Disgusting.
This isn't Mr. Pollock's first brush with doing illegal, immoral things on the internet, Holmes said. Pollock is a right-wing activist who has protested drag queen events. In June 2023, he clashed on social media with Brittany LaRue, a Windsor 2S LGBTQ advocate who is the daughter of the person that we saw in the photo there. And yeah. Deana, thoughts?
I mean, bye.
Agreed.
Like I said, there are some people who belong in jail, and somebody who does that kind of shit needs to go to jail. That's fucked up.
I can't disagree. I mean, this guy really had a certain sense, a lack of a sense of.
Did he get out on bail?
I don't know. Probably.
Bet you he fucking did. I bet you he fucking did. 10 fucking bucks he got out on bail. Didn't have any dead time for his fucking name. All right. We'll be checking that. That's another thing I'm going to Google.
I'm also thinking she needs a bigger notepad beside her. So
it's a receipt, and I'm using a very thick Sharpie. So
okay. So if you guys want to get gifts for Deana, a big notepad for her to have beside her.
I have lots of notepads upstairs in my office that I am currently organizing.
Yeah, they're not really useful for you there right now, are they?
I'm going to move my computer upstairs. You guys, this is my living room, and once my office is done, you're going to meet my office, and that's where we're going to stay after.
Ah.
Yeah.
We get fancy there, isn't it?
I have lots of notebooks, pens, and stuff.
That's agreed. So, yeah, I mean, 6 months, this guy just, I'm going to call this now. I feel we're going to see him in the news again for something, again, stupid. Either it's going to be on probation or even outside of probation.
He makes dumb choices. This guy makes dumb choices in life. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think you're right.
He will. So and I don't think he's going to, I don't think he's the one that's going to learn. Like, I don't feel he's going to change it. I don't think he's going to understand he's doing something wrong. And I don't think he's going to be one of those people that's going to be able to adapt. So,
yeah. So the courtroom was packed. Who was it packed with? That's what I'd like to know. If we have anybody out in that area, can we find out if it was like people who actually supported his ass for being such a piece of shit? Or was
there was a fair amount of people
for the victim?
So let me see if I got any information here in regards to it. Back assistant, along with the jail time.
Did somebody tweet about it?
The homes were dismissed, making excuses. The Russian gesture.
Who are you reading right now?
I'm reading the CBC.
Oh, no, the CBC is not going to say if it was people who were on either side. I thought maybe somebody who was there might have live tweeted it or something. Yeah, but it's okay.
We'd have to. Yeah,
I'll just write it down and look into it later.
I hope it's a big receipt.
Costco. It's big.
Excellent. All right. So we'll see if we can get some more information on that at a later time. I'm sure we'll find out some more. And once we find out what the sentencing is, I'm sure everybody knows. Till then, I guess we're going to move on to the next one, which was... Where's my goddamn mouse?
Where's the goddamn mouse? Oh, the Canada First protest.
Yeah, Canada First. Hosted by Buck Daddy. So again, this is I like to call it for what it is, a overtly xenophobic, anti-immigration protest. You can throw in racist if you want to also. Where they're trying to go downtown and start screaming, "Take back Canada for the Canadians," which most of us will know has got a very racial undertone to it.
The immigrants that came here and became Canadian citizens probably know more about Canada than you do, because they actually have to study so much about Canada and know about certain shit that happens here that not the average Canadian knows. So, I mean, and they don't come here and complain about Canada. They come here and appreciate Canada. The only people who are complaining about Canada are the
ones in Canada.
Not so recent immigrants. How about we say that? And if they came first,
of immigrants.
If they came first, they should leave first.
First in, first out.
Get out. You go, we'll meet you later. You get started.
this was a big protest in Toronto.
Huge. Huge.
So
Let's see the pictures.
I did. It's not photos; it's a video. I did kill the audio mostly because A, some copyright music, and B, some really bad singing over top of it. So I'm
Oh
protecting
dear.
everybody here. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So
Thanks in advance.
there's the crowd there on the street, not the sidewalk, just the street. That's
Oh
the
my god,
turnout.
it's a sea of people.
It's a sea of people.
Like, I mean, like the letter C. It's just like they could form a letter C if they wanted to.
I think they could just barely make it.
Lowercase c.
Yeah. It's
It's a lowercase c of people.
it is. It's not. It's I count roughly in the 20s. I want to say of people that turned out for this. So
it's a good show. Good show, you guys. Take it back.
Is. So apparently, Steve, I'm assuming you're talking about Puck Daddy. Steve is reporting live that apparently in the live that he did that nobody is joining him.
Aww.
According to the video, I have to agree with him on that point. I don't know, Deana, do you think so?
I think LaFacci 7.0, you need to just give this up. Just be done with it. Hey, you know what happened? I was trying to write fasci, and that's what we should have been saying this whole time. Have we been saying that? LaFacci? LaFacci. He's a fucking fasci. I mean, we've been saying LaFascist, but we should just say LaFacci. LaFacci. LaFacci.
I don't think you're wrong.
Yeah. Anyway, sidebar. But yeah, listen. Give it up. Just give the fucking shit up. Okay?
Well,
call it quits.
Well, it's so if it was on the anti-vax and the mandates kind of stupid stuff, I'd say so. But this is one of their new things.
I know.
And it's kind of funny.
Their circle is getting smaller because they keep excluding pieces of their circle. You know? Like they keep going after a whole other group of people, and so that circle gets smaller and smaller. You guys just fucking hate everybody. Like it's not, you hate everybody. You're throwing women in your movement under the fucking bus that are getting like scammed and fucking cheated on and whatever. And the women in that fucking, like, you guys just hate everybody. You don't even like yourselves. This is awesome. Keep it up. We called this. My daughter at 8 years old fucking called this. On point. Your circle is this big. Lowercase c. Can't even make a circle. Fucking assholes. They're fucking assholes.
It's true. It's true. It's well, I mean, like, yeah, this one is kind of the only group in regards to this, this particular take Canada, take Canada back, only appeals to the liberal far right and PPC, which is the liberal far right. Like it's you've now again.
PP is trying to use that though, and let's like the fact that Pierre Poilievre is doing this, and this is what's coming out of it. This is a sign. I actually don't really think that Pierre Poilievre is going to win this election. I feel like everything he has said, he's trying to get it to catch fire. And the bozos at the bottom feeder, like the bottom feeders are the ones trying it out. And no one's picking up what they're putting down. So,
some of the people are going to start realizing like some of this is not adding up.
None of it's working for Pierre Poilievre. Axe the tax. A bunch of bozos on the side of a fucking highway. And he goes and visits them. And there's like, what? Yeah, collectively all over Canada. How many were there? 72? Yeah. Like, fuck off out of 44 million Canadians. Yeah. And then you have the anti-immigration bullshit. You have the anti-drag bullshit. Like, all of these things that Pierre Poilievre is testing the waters. The fucking bullshit about... whoever liking Hamas and not calling out rape against a man, like by 9 people, and then now it becoming a thing because they've released the prisoners because okay, it's cool. Like, this is Pierre Poilievre. He's not, I don't know. I don't think he's, I don't know. I can't wait to put up posters about Pierre Poilievre come election time. I'm looking forward to that. Remind everybody who the fuck he is.
You also know we're not far from his riding, right?
I know that. That's why. I might even work
Right,
hard at buying a billboard or something, or pooling money with a bunch of friends and we get a billboard. I think it'd be well worth it in his fucking riding. Dude.
It would be funny. It would be funny if he lost his own riding.
I think he might.
Yeah. Speaking of highways and doing dumb shit along highways.
See. Here we go. There it is. The Freedom Dance Party, you guys, on the bridge, the highway bridge.
So, this particular dance party we reported about last week, saying, "Hey, this is coming up," and we even had a couple of wonderful people that went out to go take a look at it, including one of our friends. If you are on the Friday Spaces, you know which one who did on the spot reporting about it.
Yes.
Yes. And so this Freedom Dance Party was announced, and they're going to have hundreds of people taking over the bridge. Which bridge?
Yeah.
This bridge. This big-ass bridge. They're going to take it over. Huge party. Have all the Canadians there.
What a nice bridge.
It is. So we've got all the advanced technology, and we have the advanced photos from the on the spot reporting. And here's the big numbers as they were there partying and dancing their nights off. There, and there.
I love it. Looks fun. Looks super, 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 super fun.
It was.
They had face
fabulous.
painting, and they had what else? What else? Glow sticks that they didn't really crack. I think they didn't know how to crack first, so that they could glow. I mean, whatever.
Well, it's
details, people, details.
Yeah, glow sticks but I'm like till 11 o'clock at night. I'm like, I'm not sure how well the glow sticks are going to work during the evening because you're coming up to the maximum sun right now in Canada, which means you're going to have a fair amount of the late night.
But it was going to be late. Like, they were trying to stay till dark, after dark.
Oh, they want to have a long time rager because
till 10 o'clock, right, or something.
5 o'clock in the morning kind of stuff. But nobody showed up, and I'm like, well, why were people going to show up there?
Man, that would be way too late for me anyways. I'm an old lady. Like, that's the thing.
Anyway.
Their audience is old. Nobody got time for that. I'd rather be at home, just chilling. Not raving on a bridge.
It's
on another note, that bridge would be really nice to have, like, both sides of land going over for the animals to cross over the highway like they do in some countries. I could see that. It's such a pretty bridge. And if you just put a little bit of, another 2 paths, but all foresty for the animals.
Yeah. Especially at places where there might be a deer crossing, it cuts down the danger of the traffic. Deers crossing is dangerous, period. Deers are big animals. And it also makes it safe for the deers and the other animals, moose, deers, ducks, anything else.
Apparently, it's happening a lot here I went to North Gore and to go get Benny. It's like a funeral home for pets, and it's way better service and either as expensive or way less expensive than going through the vet to do that. And you get much nicer stuff. But anyways, on our way home at 11:30 at night, she said, watch out for the deers, after I told Camilla that the chances are really low. And she's like, no, it's been happening a lot here. I'm like, damn it. Okay, I'll be very
Well, it's not surprising because, again, there's been problems with the ecosystem. Again, climate change, as much as you disagree and don't believe in it, not you specifically, just
Yeah.
it is happening and it is affecting the food for the animals. And this is where they're being forced to come into
There's also development
certain
going
areas.
on.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
So,
not just one thing. It's a
yeah.
combination of things. Climate change, development, you name it. It's going to move animals and
No
cause them
matter
to
their
go.
habitat.
Yeah, it's going to cause them to go look for food in other places. So that's right now going on. That moves us over to next story. Goes into the UK. I know we did a little bit of US, I think, last episode. Now we're going to UK, but there's a reason for this one this time.
Mm. Yeah, because one of our own flew out to the UK.
Well, Tommy Robinson had a large chant, his big sort of anti, take we want our country back British thing. Tommy Robinson's not really one of ours, so I wouldn't really look at that. But as Deana was jumping with the punchline,
What?
this one, unfortunately, is. Tamara Lich was in London, UK to join into those celebrations.
Racist cunt. She's such a disgusting piece of shit.
So when you join our Twitch and you see all those warnings of language, alcohol usage, and everything else, because of Deana. Well,
Yeah.
not the alcohol part.
No, I drink tea and I swear a lot. And I tell my truth. And I hate Tamara Leach. And the fact that she's sitting there like, we're not racist, she says at the convoy. And like she's hanging out with, fucking
Tommy Robinson?
a piece of shit like that. Same with Beth and Nodwell and the rest of those fucking clowns. They're disgusting.
So we're not racist, but
yeah.
Bethan, you're hanging around with Diaglon and just following them on their tour and going on to podcasts with them. I'm not racist, but okay, Tamara, that's why you're with Tommy Robinson, the anti-immigrant.
Oh, Chris
advocate.
Barber, you have a Confederation flag, a Confederate flag. Sorry, in your garage. You have two of them actually, and your black neighbor said it was fine. What a fucking idiot!
Did he say that?
He said that in POEC.
Oh my!
Yeah, it was the dumbest fucking shit ever. I commented on it on one of the live streams. That should be coming up as a memory soon on Facebook. I'll find it.
Well, no, it won't be till
November.
Until around October, November.
Yeah, we're already in August, dude. Like November's 3 months away. This year has flown by.
Don't.
Just saying.
Rush
it's
it.
Gonna be
Don't rush it.
In less than half a year, you guys start buying your Christmas presents. Like we're there already. I start on December 26th.
For Christmas?
Yeah.
For next Christmas or a previous one?
Next Christmas.
Oh, okay. Side note, as we go to side tangent, as I prepare for the next thing. It was. I've already started doing Christmas gifts for people. Particularly giving one for my mother.
My
mother.
Mama.
There was a sale on stuff, and so I came across it, and I'm like, you know what? We're going to go through it, and so I picked up some stuff.
Nice. Hey, speaking of which, Camilla, you got me a ring. Where'd that go? She went camping and bought me a ring and showed it to me. She couldn't wait to give it to me. Shows it to me in the car. And
how's she shopping while camping?
Well, they went to Niagara Falls to camp there too.
It's your new birthday gift.
It's my new birthday gift. My birthday.
Christmas gift. Whatever comes
Yeah,
first.
Christmas is first.
Or a very, very late birthday gift. Or slightly late Mother's Day gift.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah, you got all sorts of opportunities for
I
gifts.
do.
There you go.
Just for being the best mom in the world gift.
All right. So now we're going into the main event here. A little bit past that I thought we were going to get to it. But
Your mic is being all weird. For me, anyways.
is all weird? Is it being weird for everybody else?
It
Let
like
me know.
cuts out here and there or goes muffled all of a sudden, but then it fixes. So yeah. Are you
All
on the
right, let
right
me
one?
see here. I'm on the right thing, but it
Like, you
might be
sound
doing
good
some weird.
now. No, yeah. When you go away from the mic, you can't hear you very well.
How about now?
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. How about
Yeah.
now? If I go away, am I still
Yeah.
being?
No,
I'm
it's
good.
good. Yeah.
That's good. All right, but there's probably more background noise now, right?
I don't hear any background noise.
All right. So we're
When
good.
Magic Hand gets your drink, we'll hear it, but you're good.
I'm sure. Yeah, she's fine. So that means I'm not allowed. So yeah, let's move on to the main story, which is Mr. King. So before we get into anything, I'm going to preface this. There are going to be ways and things we're going to be discussing this story because there are limitations in regards to this story.
Yes.
Particularly, so before we get into the details of it, everybody should be aware that that he's been brought into custody. He had a
He turned himself in.
He turned himself in. He was in court today, and that session was under a publication ban, and that's going to be under a publication ban, which is the bail review. So things in regards to the court case itself are very limited in regards to what we can discuss. The only things we can say so far are things in regards to he's in custody. He will be in custody. His next date will be August 2nd. And that he surrendered, and that's it. We cannot discuss anything that's occurred during the case today, or any of the evidence, or anything else beyond that.
Well, there was no evidence, and we don't know what the breaches are for. And he does not have a surety, but that only
We don't know. More accurately, we don't know any of the charges. We don't know the whole details, and nor can we share too much about that.
But we can say that he does not have a surety anymore.
That's correct.
I mean, one of his 3 sureties, and that happened today, and officially in court. So, but it just
it's before court. Yeah, it occurred before.
No, but officially, when they put it in, when they had to put it before the JP, and the JP ordered it canceled.
Correct. So his release conditions were canceled. And that's the reason why he's back in custody. That's it. That's all we can say.
Pardon?
His release has been canceled.
Yeah, but not tied. We don't know what it's tied to, any particular thing. So
the JP has canceled his release, and that's it.
Right. Correct.
That's why he's back in custody.
Yes.
Everything that's sort of like the obvious, like, well, where is he? Well, his release is canceled.
He's going
more
to
information will come out when
OCDC.
So yeah, what we can talk about is his conditions in regards to where he's going to be kept, because he's going to be there, and his next date's not going to be till August 2nd,
Friday.
To which we can say in person. To which I think Deana can probably confirm he's probably going to be in OCDC.
Yes, but he is going to OCDC, but if he's going to be in person on Friday, then he's going to come to the courthouse on Friday.
Yes. Well, they'll bring him
instead of doing it on video.
Yeah. I don't think they can do it on video from OCDC, can they?
Yes, yes, they can. There is a video room. I just never was on the video room. They would say by video, but they would rarely put you in front by video. Maybe when it's an actual trial, you'll go to the video court. But if it's just your admin sort of things that are happening, then you just do it over the phone. So you're at your cell door, and they open the little hatch, and they take their flip phone, cell phone on speaker, and they put it up to the fucking hatch, and you're trying to hear it with all the fucking echoing going on in the background, because you're in a jail, and it echoes in jail, and any noise that's made, and there's a lot of noise in cell block. It was the most ridiculous thing, and I actually brought it up in courtroom 14 when I was there last. For a different matter, and told the clerk, because I heard the people struggling in jail trying to communicate with the court. It's bullshit.
Yeah, It's at least my guess and understanding would be you're going to be in the courtroom if there is if the issue of a release is on the table. So, but if there's no issue of release, then yeah, it might be sort of on phone or whatnot because
The phone. But anyways,
particularly
he's
if
in
it's a
person.
mystery thing.
So I just wanted to fill you guys in on that little tidbit of jail while we
Yeah.
were on the topic.
So yeah, he'll probably be in person next at the next appearance. But we're gonna rewind and sort of review the. It's not even a week. It's like half a week.
Yeah, the disinformation hysteria that happened before this fucking nothing burger anticlimactic fucking where we are. I mean, I would have been there anyways because fuck Pat King. Fuck him all the way to Fucksville.
True. I need to go get the image of him doing this to me while saying "fuck
That was
you, Joe."
hilarious.
It was.
That was so funny.
I didn't get a chance to get that, but I'm going to get that in the loop.
Hey, he gave you 2.
He gave me 2. I got the double.
Let's give him 4.
For sure. I think we get more than that. But so we're going to start off with an introduction as to. So this started off on Sunday.
Yeah.
It was Sunday.
Yeah, it was Sunday. Jamie's
with
faces.
all the chaos coming out from that, where everybody was trying to figure out what was going on. And so there's a lot of people coming out saying statements and a lot, and nobody could make heads or tails going on. So I got sort of this, and sorry, this is Sunday and Monday, and I got the clips together just to show you just how chaotic and nonsensical the whole thing became. So I'm going to let the video explain what's going on here. And it's just try to keep up. I'm still trying to keep up.
Jamie, do you really want to do this? Like, I feel like I'm on a fucking Jerry Springer show. For fuck's sakes.
It's an urgent update. It's not good news, but this is a disappointing update. It's expected.
Definitely disappointing, and I mean, nothing is unexpected at this point. But basically, Pat is they're expecting Pat King to be breached. So to have his bail conditions breached, and expecting Pat to be arrested
tomorrow.
Probably tomorrow. Yeah, as early as tomorrow. They're expected to breach him and then arrest him. So his bail would be revoked.
So basically, there's a bit of a statement that Chris will like to share here about the situation and explain.
Pat King completed his trial on Friday, the 26th of July. So just this past Friday. The Crown, as per usual, is being difficult and has decided to breach Pat. Following a messy breakup, Pat's ex and her mom have worked with the Crown privately and decided to drop their surety, leading to Pat being breached now. We are asking for help in sharing this information before Legacy Media gets a hold of it and starts sharing tomorrow. They are likely to bend the truth or refrain from giving the real reasons, implying Pat has been in breach when he has not breached in over 2 years. So
1 day later.
Phil Primo post on Facebook. The story I got from Pat's second surety is Pat worked it out and will not be arrested.
1 hour later.
Breaking news update. There has been an arrest warrant issued for Pat King as of today, Monday, July 29th, 2024. Pat King was a Freedom Convoy 2022 participant who's facing numerous charges over that. In fact, just days ago was the closing arguments in the trial. In my opinion, the Crown didn't make a very strong case. They didn't make very strong closing arguments, particularly the judge seemingly rejecting some of their foundational arguments, for example, that the Freedom Convoy on its face was a mischief. The judge seemingly rejecting that concept or novel theory from the Crown. Now, even and days before that, several days ago, the Crown in court agreeing to vary Pat King's bail conditions to remove his 10 p.m. curfew and random knocks by the police, saying on the record at the time that there had been no breaches by Pat King. So now here we are days later with a breach. We don't know if it's a surety issue, social media issue, or something else. And I'm hearing from a reliable source that Pat King intends to turn himself in to police or to authorities as soon as tomorrow. I don't know if the warrant is Canada-wide or any other details. Breaking news at this time.
A few moments later.
And Legally Purdy here. I had to pull my car over because of the news that apparently Pat King is being rearrested tomorrow. And the story is that the surety has been pulled. But I've spoken to the surety, and in order for the surety to be pulled, she needs to drive to North Bay, which is over an hour away from where she lives, and go through this whole steps with the Justice of the Peace of the courthouse there, get a whole bunch of information faxed to the Ottawa courthouse, and then some information sent back to North Bay. In any event, she hasn't done any of this because she only found out and had communication with the Crown at 2:39 today. So if Pat has a flight booked and he's already breached, which we were discussing yesterday, that his lawyer reached out to the person hosting the space and said, please hold on to the recording. Well, I don't know how that has anything to do with the surety. And I don't know why we're still talking about the surety, because as it stands right now, as I'm speaking to you at 3:55, the surety we were discussing yesterday is still very much Mr. King's surety as I'm speaking to you right now. So if there's been a breach, it has nothing to do with them.
How mad are the people at her for actually telling the fucking truth of the matter? It's like, you're not keeping this lie going, you whatever, and they're pissed. And it is
so. I want to give a bit of a props to Legally Purdy in regards to going through this, and doing a good job, kind of sticking facts. Like it's not the surety. I'm checking up here. I'm checking up there. And you met up with her today. Like, she's gone to a great extent to go out and do this. So she's done a fair amount of work in regards to find, like, hey, what's going on here? And none of this thing is making any sense.
It doesn't make sense, and they want everybody to pretend it makes sense.
Yeah.
And then you tell them the actual truth.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what? We were in court. We heard it for ourselves. And if you were in Zoom court today, you would have heard it from yourself as well. It just happened today.
Yeah. So, but that particular clip, I want to point out that particular clip that you guys watched. I prepped that for Monday. That was literally 24 hours. If you listen to the SpongeBob cards, that's literally just 24 hours worth of crap that occurred there. Because it happened that fast. All that insanity going back and forth.
Right.
Oh, there's one other clip I forgot to get.
I think it's like how quickly they are willing to throw one of their own under the bus. Like this person, Christy, and her mom, Lynn, literally didn't even do anything any of these people said that they did. And Pat and his girlfriend were just like hammering that and getting other people to be their mouthpieces.
Well, more so than that too, because I mean, there was that.
It's kind of psychotic a little bit, like
there is, but I mean, I don't want to go through too much of that because it's.
Imagine going out of your way to do that shit to somebody. That's psychotic.
It is, but I mean, I want to go. I want to go a little bit back to before we get more into that. I want to go back in regards to Blend and Daisy.
Yeah, fucking idiots, man. Yeah,
they are. So I forgot to grab that particular content.
I love that.
They made postings about all this stuff, and then they took it all down.
Yeah, man, because they know they lied, and that's what I said. Obviously, Pat King and Sophie are fucking liars to the point where Smoothie and Daisy know that story that they fucking told on their behalf was completely false, and they could be held liable for defaming them. And the people who are still pushing and like coming after Purdy from the beginning, telling you guys what she knew, and not being pissed off at Daisy and Smoothie and Pat King and Sophie for fucking spreading this stupid lie hysterics. Fuck you guys. You're fucked in the fucking head.
It's so, I mean,
God.
To me, that's kind of interesting because again,
So
Daisy, Smoothie or Blend, whatever the hell he's going, and Leving. They all came out with the statements rather quickly, just like, blah, this is what's going on, everything else. And two things that we observed. One, they dialed back the story rather quickly after some notices that they got.
Yeah.
Absolutely not surprised. But the second thing, and I didn't get a clip prepared for that, which was from the Leving show, where you watch them in real time, watching the live stream that Dean and I were both watching that night, Patrick King, and they were realizing there's some problematic stuff going on here, and you saw them at one particular point. You saw
check your text.
No, check your text.
I sent you it.
It's Blend's like, Jason, can I call you?
Oh,
and
yeah.
you were watching, like,
that's right. Call you.
That's
even more serious. They needed to call. He needed a phone call.
There's a phone call. Microphones are muted, and you're watching, and Ray Blend's there talking on the phone, and he's covering his mouth so that you can't hear him, or you can't see him. Can't it's exactly as exact. And so it's like, call me. And they're talking, and then after that, they're like, "Yeah, we're just gonna move the camera off. We're gonna have another discussion, and we're gonna go check out." And then they come back, they check him out a little bit later, and they're like, "Yeah, this is a guy that's in pain," and they just backed away from the whole thing. And since then, they've really backed away. And I want to highlight that in the sense, because you were there, Deana. How many people that were there from sort of the right? And I want to remind this. People in the courtroom today versus when he got released, he had a huge amount of people there. There was a huge crowd outside the courtroom. It was a whole celebration. What did you have since you were there in the courtroom? I'm not including you and Legally Birdie, because definitely Legally Birdie.
No, I'm gonna name everybody. So we've got. I think she called her Chantal, but then I think she called her Stacy. So the random lady who's a groupie of Pat's, who usually comes with her kids, is what Purdy is saying. Don't know her name. Actually, don't really recognize her, but apparently, like, Purdy's with them more, so she would know. So that lady was there. And then on the left side, and then you had the Crown was on the TV, and then, the lawyer, Natasha was there. And then it was Purdy, David Fraser, myself, Camilla, myself. That was it. And then and another lady, another journalist, or maybe she was with David. I have no idea. Mm-hmm. And then it was like commenting or whatever. Mm-hmm. Other people. And then that lady. And then when we got out, Christine Cameron, the Chihuahua. That was it. And you'll see it on the live. Just the three of them.
I saw her on live. So she wasn't in the courtroom. She was
did not go in the courtroom. Nobody was in the courtroom other than that lady.
So
Stacey or whatever.
I'm going to repeat here just to and change the context a little bit. So based on Ziggy's question here, which is was Matt Venn there? None aside, with the exception of Christine, who was on the outside of the courtroom that met with them outside. None of the Wellington Street regulars were there.
No Brian Dirksen across the street. No Howard in the middle of the median with his upside down sign. No Matt Venn on his megaphone on the whatever. None of them were there. Not a single one of them were there.
No Daisy, no Smoothie.
No Daisy and no Smoothie. Not even no sign of them. No.
What the hell?
Who's talking to me?
What's the matter, kitty?
Sometimes when he meows like that, it's because he has a mouse or something in his mouth. So, but he's lying down right beside me, so that he didn't bring anything in.
He didn't bring you a special treat.
No, sometimes they're half alive, and it's really horrible. So.
Oh wait, no, that was Stein. That was Stein meowing.
It was Stein meowing?
Yeah. No.
Does he have anything in his mouth?
Oh, no, I didn't check.
Oh dear. Frankenstein are hunters, like. Yeah,
it sounds
they go
like
outside and there's a door, like they can go in and out as they please. So from the back,
it sounds like it. So as we were saying with the headline there, which my call it here. So Pat also made a statement in regards to what he thought was, and this is the Sunday Night Live, I want to say, in regards to what was going. Yeah. Oh my God! You realize this lesson? There's only been 2 or 3 days of all this shit.
Yes, it's been insanity. Like what
holy crap.
crazy amount of nonsense that happened for this, and the amount of nonsense they created. They did this. It was so funny to see Daisy and Smoothie on Leving's show and saying, you know, we took down our posts out of an abundance of caution. A little late, bruh.
No, it's because you got told to take him down. That's
Right.
basically
And there's no
realistic here.
caution. It's that, you know, it's lies.
Well,
And you're not
I don't think they know he's lying. I think they were just like, you
No,
did
they
something
know.
wrong, bad, and I'm going to sue you. 'cause
Why
I'm a
is it
lawyer.
bad? Why is it bad? Because it's a lie. That's why they know they lied. Yeah. Man.
You're giving them more ability to understand than they do.
No, you're not giving them enough accountability when you say that.
I'm not denying them accountability. I'm just not giving them credit for abilities they don't have.
I mean, you might not be wrong. It's true.
Yeah.
So.
All right. So this here is Pat speaking as to on Sunday night as to why he was going to be arrested. So we're going to listen to that part.
I'm actually in a meeting right now, and I have to go into this meeting. So I know my girl. I know Sophie. She knows it all. She's got everything, guys, and she speaks the truth. She's not a liar. She knows exactly.
Before you go,
yeah.
What breach are they charging you with, or are they?
They're breaching me because the surety was dropped. So it's a breach, and the warrant is being issued for my arrest as of tomorrow. They didn't drop the breach just yet until Lynn messaged the Crown yesterday.
Okay.
It wasn't yesterday. If there is a backup surety, will the charges be dropped?
That's what we're trying to do. But as it stands right now, it's because of you.
How can I be a surety for you in Alberta when I'm in Ontario?
And they all knew we were coming back to Ontario.
Part of my job as a surety is to make sure that you walk the straight and narrow line, and you haven't done that.
I've been walking it very well. How come I haven't breached in 2 years?
Right.
How come I haven't breached in 2 years? How come they laxed all my conditions the other day?
Because you haven't been caught.
Oh, is that what it is?
You could have been.
Or because you guys
been
had your finger in it.
You could have been.
We have you on video. Don't worry.
So you're the ones. So you're the ones that sent the video to the Crown. Oh, I got it. Thanks for admitting that.
What?
Oops. Jesus Christ, where's my mouse? There we go.
They didn't admit anything. They admitted they had a video of him breaching. Not that they gave it to the Crown. You're the worst, Pat.
It's more of it's
like you just told on yourself.
It's a weird kind of inconsistency. It's like, oh, it's because of you. It's like, oh, you sent the video. I'm like, well, you seem inconsistent there as to what the whole thing is. And it's more of he knows what's calling for him, but he seems to be changing as to what it is. Is it something about a video, or is it something about that?
Yeah, we don't know what it is.
And we don't know what it is. And
he does.
So for on Monday, we also brought in this particular additional video to sort of give context as to, we don't think it's just the surety thing, because that didn't make any sense based on this particular audio track here.
So what's happening is, because Pat King attended my spaces on a couple of occasions, the Crown has been working with the surety, and because things were supposedly going so well, the surety has pulled the surety, which means the Crown is saying breach of bail, and it has directly to do with my spaces. So I've been contacted by both the lawyer, Pat's lawyer, and Pat directly, asking me to keep my spaces up and recorded, so that anybody that needs to look at them, be it the Crown or the defense or whoever, the spaces are there.
So that made me think, like, between that and the other Pat thing, I was like, I don't feel it is just about this Surdy thing. Mostly agrees.
She is saying that she spoke directly to the lawyer and she spoke directly to Pat, and that she needs to keep her spaces up because of what she said. So that's what her interpretation of her conversation with the lawyer and Pat were.
Yeah.
And then you had the Smoothie or Smooth Brain and Spacey.
Spacey.
Yeah, Spacey Daisy doing the whole reading of the statement that needed to be read out to everybody as breaking news. Get it out there, you guys. Get it out there. And that was originally posted, I think, by Sophie, the girlfriend who knows all and who doesn't lie. That's what they were reading from, if I do believe, was her statement on Facebook.
It was her statement on Facebook that they read out. So
Correct.
It was her statement. And I wanted to bring out your video too, because you did ask. I did see you talk to Ms. Natasha Calvino about said statement.
Yeah, man. Because that statement, according to, I think Christy said, and Amanda confirmed it. I think Amanda saw it as well. I haven't seen it, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But according to both of them, when Sophie posted that what we are finding out to statement that is not actually true, that Natasha Calvino commented underneath and said something to the effect of, "That's perfect," or something like that. And
I believe so, yeah.
So she acknowledged what Sophie said as being, as far as I'm concerned, was that what she was doing? But anyway, so I asked her, I wanted to know if that's what she was doing. Why would you comment on a false statement put out by Pat King's girlfriend, the woman who knows everything and who doesn't lie? But clearly, it's a lie. Natasha, would you care to comment? But she wanted to go get a police officer instead, as if that was going to scare me or something. Does she think I'm afraid of the police? I hope she doesn't think I am afraid of the police.
Especially at this point.
Yeah. Sure, bring out the police. I'm going to continue to ask you questions. You kept walking, you didn't answer. Interesting.
So I'm trying to see here if Sophie has that statement.
Calvino retweeted it too.
Yeah, Calvino retweeted it.
And then Dirty deleted it. Oh, the plot thickens, you guys. And then she gives Michael Spratt some shit over him saying, reading the statement. Now she's trying to say it's not true. You retweeted it, bish. What the hell? What's going on?
I'm not seeing any statements from Natasha in that particular post on Twitter. I do know that there was a retweet of it. So it is a dirty delete. I'm not surprised at this point.
Did somebody get a screenshot of her retweeting? I'm sure somebody has a screenshot of her retweeting.
I'll have to go look back into the archives and everything else and see.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure somebody who needs it, one of the chefs, Christy or Lynn or both, they have a copy of it, I'm sure.
So before we continue, I want to take a little side trajectory. There was an interesting conversation that was also brought up during this thing, and there was some important questions that were presented.
It was so stupid.
Thank you. I've been out all day, so I'm not up to date. Does this have anything to do with nudity?
Absolutely not.
And everybody was fully clothed. There was no nudity, so everything's good in that regard. Alrighty.
Yes, everything is great in that regard. Everybody had their clothes on, to my knowledge.
I went skinny dipping today. It was in a private location, but it was very fun.
Only the location was private. Everything else was out in the open.
Just letting it all hang out. I heard this too.
Oh, it was hilarious. I was listening. I'm like, what the fuck is he talking about right now?
Yeah, because I was listening to it too, and it wasn't at the live because I was listening to it again after, and as I'm listening through it, and I'm like,
It's not all clumped together, you guys. Those 3 separate clips are like spaced out.
Mm-hmm.
So people
But
would
that
try to
particular
talk
one-
about something
yeah.
else, and then he'd keep bringing up being naked.
Yeah, that one particular one was near the beginning.
Yes.
And it was very bizarre because as everybody else is kind of sort of on, I'm going to say is kind of on topic as to what's going on in regards to Pat King and possible this. And then you're sitting there and all of a sudden it's like, does this have anything to do with nudity? What?
The fuck? Why would it? And which one of his conditions have anything to do with nudity?
I'm like, I maybe yeah. I mean, like if you want to go into it in regards to him and the girls, maybe there's some nudity there, but I feel like it's not relevant to literally anything to do with the.
He needed to
case and the
find a
reasons?
way to slide it in so that he could tell everybody he went
Phrasing.
What did I just say? I missed it. What did I just say?
Slide it in.
I totally did. Oh yeah, that was good. Slip it in.
Again, this show is for plus 18 audiences only. And it's Deana's fault.
Dirty.
But yeah,
Deana.
so just out of there, nowhere, random plus 18. So there was more activity that went on, especially by the Tuesday, because he mentioned Tuesday he was supposed to arrive.
He meaning Pat, not the skinny dipping dude.
Yeah. No, we don't want to know anything about him coming or going.
Yeah, I'm the one who has to watch my fucking.
Absolutely.
We don't want to know anything about him coming or going. You said that this time. You did that.
Did I do that?
Did I do that?
So the water was cold. So we, back to back King. It felt like he was playing a few kind of like a couple of games in regards to playing with the crowd and whatnot.
Right.
So he was announcing that he's going to be surrendering on Tuesday, and we're all like, all right. And up to this point, I was always kind of feeling like, all right, this is what he's saying he's going to do it. Is he? And it really had, like the entire time, it kind of felt like, I don't know if I believe him.
Yeah.
In regards to the whole thing. I believed it a little bit more when we got some sort of independent, we got an independent story coming out from the CBC, from Dave Frazier, who came out and said that, they got from a reliable source at OPS saying that Pat King is coming in and he's planning on surrendering. And that it should be possibly on Tuesday night, and he'll be there for Wednesday. He'll be court Wednesday. So everything seemed to be there. And again, Legally Purdy, Amanda Purdy tried to reach to intercept him at the airport to see if she can interview him. And that's when the sort of like we saw starting to see the games, or he mentioned he went to Montreal first, and then he went to Ottawa, and now he's in Ottawa, and he's meeting up with his girlfriend, and there's the lawyers. The whole thing kind of set was kind of weird. And even today, and I remember talking to somebody this morning saying like everything about this just feels sus. I don't even know if he's in the city. I'm looking at the photos that he's posting like, yeah, I'm all there. I tricked you. We're tricking you. I'm like, tricking what? You're the one that's stuck going to court.
Yeah, I'll be honest. The only reason why I went down is because I read Purdy's last tweet about how he was there, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go. I was like on my way home from work, and we were gonna go to the bank, and I said to Camilla, we're just gonna go straight to the courthouse, and we made it pretty much just in time. But yeah, it wasn't in the books, it wasn't in the plans, but my schedule is flexible like that, yo.
Exactly. So the first time I started believing certain things were going to happen is actually thanks to Legally Purdy in this case, and with this particular video.
All right, we are here. It is 2:15.
That's the lady I was talking about in the
Arriving
striped
in
shirt.
Ottawa, legal counsel, Natasha Calvino. Anything to say?
Not at this time.
Do you know why you're being taken into custody?
Nothing to say, guys. Come on.
Do you think
Wait.
you're going to spend another night in jail?
Woo! There's bushes here, guys.
Yeah.
I just tripped in the bushes. You know when you just want to get a story.
Oh, there's their picture.
Oh.
Yeah, he's the one who was asking the questions.
Yeah.
Tasha's not down with it.
But even reporting wise, there's
Here we
I've
are.
seen
Off we
more
go to
reporters
courtroom
for Pat
number 3.
King. You know?
Yeah.
And it's not to say there wasn't some good reporting there. That's not it. It's just I've seen more reporters for Pat King. I've seen more people in his audience. I've seen more people showing up to his court cases. There was nothing and nobody this time. And again, the Wellington guys, they're just usually all over this. And it just feels like they avoided it.
Now Pat King has fallen from grace. He is about to become a Ron Clark and a Freedom George. They're going out to pasture. They're being
I
put
don't know if
out
it's
to
a
pasture.
Ron Clark or Freedom George as much as maybe, I don't know, in a sense, Matt Venn. Because remember when Matt Venn was tossed out from the STC?
I don't think he's being tossed out. I think they're distancing themselves from him just like they did at the convoy at some point. So
Fair.
he's just become too, like, yeah, he's, nope.
Yeah.
They're done. Chris and Tamara pretty much done. Tamara's trying to hold on to shit, and she's going to like bigger sort of or higher up type of events or whatever. The rest of them are just like fizzle.
Tamara, I think
she's being political. She's going to run for something. She's totally. It's
I
all
don't think
politics.
she's done in the sense like she's in herself done. I think she's done with this.
Yes.
I think exactly what I think we're saying the
Right.
same thing is she's done with this, but now you're going to see her running for a riding somewhere.
Yeah,
I think you're right. She's going to be running for a party of some sort. I don't know if it's going to be provincial or federal, but she's going to be running for a riding, and she's going to try to see if she can get that seat. She's going to try to use the clout from I'm with a convoy. I'm here for freedom. Vote for me if you want freedom.
I'm a I'm a racist bigot.
Yeah, she just needs to find that riding for her.
That's her platform.
Yeah. And it all depends how it's obviously going to go for her and Chris coming up. And again, I mean, think of the leaders now of the convoy, like between King,
Norman
Barber,
got
Lich,
guilty. Yeah. Bulford, BJ Dictor. You have Bridget Belton. I'm missing somebody.
Yeah. Marazzo.
Tom Marazzo, James Bowder.
Bowder,
you fool. Bowder.
Hey, right.
Jeremy McKenzie.
McKenzie wasn't them though.
No, he wasn't them, but he was like
he wasn't a leader.
Leaders or
He wasn't
whatever.
one of the leaders. So
no, I don't know.
No. He wasn't at the tables. He wasn't at those big conference tables.
No, he wasn't.
So
Dumb, stupid, ridiculous, egotistical, delusions of grandeur people were at that table.
But the whole thing is all those people are kind of done. Whether they be done in regards to that local organizing, to just done.
Speaking
Let's
of
play.
Tom Marazzo, how's his book doing?
I don't know. Let's find out if he's still living in a car or not.
Oh yeah, I haven't checked yet. They had a little thing going on, didn't they? At some point, I feel like
I don't know. He was living
I
in
could
his
be
car at
starting a
one point.
rumor. He was living with her.
No, he was living in his car at one point.
Oh, in his car. Okay, well then maybe they weren't together, or she's just a really terrible girlfriend.
The two aren't mutually
I'll let you stay in my garage.
Generous.
Yeah.
I have no idea if Evan Chipwick was with anybody or
I don't
not.
know. Who cares? Fucking don't give a shit. And Lagoof,
Eva might be concerned, but aside from that, that's pretty much it.
Lafacis apparently stole their website or something bullshit like that.
Oh, yeah, well, yeah,
I don't even know if he
got the-
actually did that. Did he lie about that, or did he actually do that?
Well,
because he lied about so much, like hacking into people's shit and whatever. Like, was he just like pretending?
So if anybody's not aware of his elite hacking status, I'm going to give you a quick rundown as to what it is. In regards to Canada Unity, he ran the website because he set it up.
Yeah.
And because he set it up, he also had the password. So when he hacked their site and took it over, he just logged in with the password he already had. So that's it. We had the accounts, we already had the passwords. I'm like, ooh, okay. Lead hacker with Notepad, I guess, with the passwords. I don't know what the hell you used.
Password 1234.
Something like that. So yeah, it's his elite hacking skills are a lot of imagination and everything else. He's has problems with Facebook, but somehow he protected Canada's cybersecurity network with some sort of elite skills that nobody is aware of.
His videos revealed where he worked, by the way. I've known where he's worked for the last, I don't know, what is it?
Yeah,
since I got out of jail. He did a live and he's wearing his shirt, and I'm like, Google. That's where he works.
His security is not very, very good.
No, so he's not a hacker.
No, he's not.
No, I didn't call his work, and no, I don't, because I don't fucking give a shit.
No. And if you think it's all us that is doing bad things to you, well, you probably don't realize how many other people you pissed off that are
right?
not us.
That's right. I don't need to do any of that shit. I piss
got
you
lots
off
of-
enough just talking about you. You guys get all fucking
I've
lose
got a
your
lot of work
shit.
to do between daytime job and then just getting stuff ready for this show.
Yeah.
Research wise,
Yeah,
trust
no one
me,
got
I'm not the
time for
one
that.
organizing shit.
I ain't got not that shit. We don't have time for that. We're doing real shit.
Yeah, that too. And we have so many in-person things to do.
Correct.
Anywho, speaking of which, let's start discussing some of those coming out. So, but before we get to those, I'm going to shoot over to Montreal. As now we're going to be going
Yes.
on Pride.
Yes, Fierté Montréal.
Fierté
This is their
Montréal,
statement.
Montreal Pride. So this statement it's a joint statement between LM Montréal, Independent Jewish Voices, and Mubadara in regards to Fierté Montréal, which is Montreal Pride.
So this is to them.
We have discussed with Fierté Montréal. It's after their discussion with them. We have discussed with Fierté Montréal several times. They refuse to be anything other than neutral. May we remind them that to be neutral is to be on the side of the oppressor. Oops. They have chosen to welcome both corporate and community groups that support the ongoing genocide in Palestine. As an act of resistance and resilience, we will maintain our involvement at community days and in the parade. We will not allow Zionists to push us out of our queer community spaces. Pride originated as a riot. It was never meant to be corporate. The festival label serves as a shield for Fierté to refrain from taking a public stance on genocide. Although they have political demands on their website, clearly asking for the public recognition of systematic racism and the commitment to combat all forms of discrimination. They are contributing to systematic violence against Palestinians and all other oppressed peoples by staying
And all
silent.
oppressed peoples. Yeah.
And all oppressed peoples by staying silent. Our queer identities are not to be exploited. Let's march together and remind them that our struggles are interconnected. We understand the complexity of participating in a festival who refuses to cut ties with corporate entities that profit from war, detention and incarceration, environmental destruction, and individual and community displacement. We also believe that now, more than ever, queer Arabs deserve space and visibility. We invite you to reaffirm your anti-genocide stance by showing up with us. In our contingent or from the audience, wear white, bring your keffiyehs and your Palestinian flags. Let us be as visible as we can.
Love that.
Mm-hmm. Not in our name. Being proudly visible queer Arabs, Amazigh, Maghrebi, you might need to.
Maghrebi, Swana, and Jewish folks in support of each other and marching together is resistance.
It is important that we refute the queerphobic narrative that Israel is trying to impose on Palestine and other Middle Eastern and Swana states and countries as an excuse to justify genocide. We refuse the weaponization of our queer identities. None of us are free until all of us are free. And that's the last one.
It is so important now more than ever for Pride to stand with all queers, including Arab and Persian queers as well, because now Israel isn't only attacking the Palestinians, they are attacking Yemen, Iran, Iraq, Syria, and Lebanon on top of Palestine. So this is an attack on all Middle Eastern and all Middle Eastern so all Middle Eastern queer people are now being attacked by the Zionists. They just had a massive thing where a man was, I brought this up, brutally raped as a hostage from the Israeli settlers. 9 of them went to the hospital because of his injuries. And there was a riot to allow rape to be acceptable form of interrogation by this fucking country, this state, I should say. So how the hell can you be okay supporting this, especially as an organization like Pride to your community? This is like beyond now. We are way past asking nicely. If you can't do it on your own, like if you can't think of it on your own, then there's something wrong with your soul, man. If you can't stand up to this corporate genocide because that's what's funding this whole fucking thing, then lost all fucking respect for you. Like, figure the shit out. The announcement should have happened ages ago. People shouldn't have been ignored. Now you're finally meeting with people, hopefully, and the conversations you're having are fucking neutral. After everything that we are seeing, babies without heads, like actual beheaded babies because they've been blown up. Children dying of starvation. Polio epidemic now. Blowing up the water reserve. Like bombing schools, bombing refugee camps. Bombing a refugee camp of Syrian refugees. Like, Pride, you cannot be complacent and complicit in this fucking genocide.
There's a clock on it. There's also been a fair amount of time in regards to this. So, I mean, and let's not forget what happened to Toronto's Pride event. If a Pride is not speaking up about this to try to address the situation, you're going to have another Toronto Pride where people squatted in there. BLM did it to Toronto Pride when they weren't listening to the other groups. And it's not a threat. It's just in BLM's case, there are Black people that are part of Pride, and they're affected by this. And
It's
so, yes,
intersectionality.
it's 100% intersectionality, and it's one of those. For example, I'm going to take BLM as an example. Pride allowed the police to go and to join their parade, while BLM and Black people from the Pride community are like, "Hey, we're still affected by police. You can't let them in there. This is still a problem for us.
This is not a
No,
safe
we're
space
fine with
for
it.
us. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we're gonna let them in. Well, we have a problem, and now you are also enabling this treatment towards us.
Correct.
And now you've got corporate pride in regards to Toronto, who is allowing corporations that are also enabling pride. Enabling genocide against
like
Palestine.
full-fledged contributors to the genocide. We're not talking about just like some of it. Some of these organizations that are going to be joining are full-fledged Zionist organizations.
Mm-hmm.
It is not a fucking secret. It's insane. And no matter where these people go, they end up getting violent with other people. They try to start fights. They do start fights. They hit. They backhand women. They kick women in the fucking stomach. They shoot people with a nail gun. All of these fucking things happen from the people who are part of these fucking organizations that are going to come to Pride along with the police. It's ridiculous that Pride is going to go through with this, to be honest with you.
It absolutely is. And so for the prides that are not standing up with their communities, that are speaking out about this, don't listen to your communities. The communities are, again, pride is a right. The inception's from the right. I remember it specifically, vividly in regards to the stories that were given to us by Martin Boyce that Deana and I enjoyed. That's the origin. It was always resistance. Don't forget that, because if you've gotten to a point of position of that you are able to enjoy this, there are other people within the community that aren't. You need to be there to help them out, because again, we're not all, you're not free till we're all free.
A large part of the community, you have Independent Jewish Voices and the two other organizations that I can't remember their names. They're not very well known to me. Magda something.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're not well known to me, but these are just like three of the organizations. But I know that many of the community participants are all like community led of the groups are all like waiting or trying to have a conversation so that this can, be resolved.
No,
and so like Arabs, Jewish people, the Caribbean community, the Black Lives Matter community, like all these communities are saying no to this genocide. So the only people really that you're satisfying are a couple of groups who are directly contributing to the genocide, and then the corporations who are also contributing to the genocide. So to me, it shouldn't be that difficult to do the right thing, especially when people are fucking dying and being named. Ziggy, that's something I have to ask my lawyer, but the chances are I probably can't, and I've prepared myself to not march with Queers for Palestine because I think that it probably might breach my condition. So I'm just going to be safe and not march with them, but I am going to wear my keffiyeh and I am going to have a flag, but it is going to be the Pride March. I'm just not going to be specifically with, I think I'm going to have a fucking Palestinian flag. I'm pretty sure I can. I'll have the progressive flag.
Progressive Pride. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, It'd be pretty stupid if I wasn't allowed to, because it's actually the Pride Parade. However, you know how it is.
Lawyers are weird. So, speaking of actions and events coming up, we've got one coming up here that's kind of important. And this is actually covering a couple of cities. So, this is 300 Days of Rage. Now, there is one event coming up on the
It's
2nd.
300 plus, that one.
Sorry, 300 plus.
Yeah.
So, there is one event coming up on Saturday, which is 300 Days of Rage in Ottawa. And that's going to be, I believe, sort of the regular march.
Yes.
This one here is a national march in Ottawa, and this one's a little bit larger, and where the message is going out further and faster. Sorry, further with a lot of warning ahead. And the reason why is it's going to be taking place in a couple of cities. Sorry,
The national march, yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be Toronto, Montreal, and Ottawa. And so hopefully there's going to be a fair amount in Ottawa. The idea is to rally, take over the capital, or at least the Ottawa marches to take over the capital. And the rally point for this one is different as opposed to the usual one in Ottawa, which is rallying up at the National Human Rights Monument. This one is going to be at Parliament Hill.
Yes.
Then we're going to have the usual march. So this one should be larger and more significant. At least that's what we're hoping.
Oh, I know it's going to be larger because since I can't go to this protest, I'm doing exactly what is now that there's enough time. There's like a week and a half of notice. I'm doing exactly what I did for June 9th. And I am talking to everybody that I can and telling them about this national march. Because they all know I went to jail because I'm an activist for Palestine. So I can't talk about my charges, but what I can do is encourage them to go out to this national march, which I got a lot of people who told me that they were going to go. I said, bring your kids. If you have a dog, bring your dog. There's going to be lots of people there.
Can we make another video?
Yeah, we should. We should, because then I can get people to scan the QR code. And then we can put Truth About Palestine on the link tree, which I think I already have on my link tree. Yes.
Yeah, we can make another video.
You guys have no idea how many people I talked to before June 9th when I found out Chris Elston was coming. If I was waiting for Camilla to get something from the store, everywhere, I talk to everybody. People come to me and tell me how much they like my hair. When they do that, I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, actually, this is for Palestine. Guess what? When I'm standing at the Costco line, when I'm at work, everywhere, everybody needs to get up because it's time. Go to the National March on the 10th.
I need to get you some cards and stuff.
Fill your
I got
car.
some ideas. No, I got some ideas for you.
We got to hurry up, though. It's in a week and a half. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. I've been talking to a lot of people.
Oh, no, keep doing that. But if we're going to do a video, we just
Yeah.
need to figure out what we're going to do.
Cool.
That said, and me having a huge time trying to find where my damn mouse is. You know why? Because I just realized I am blocking. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm an idiot. It's been a long week, okay? Give me a chance. It's been a weird, long week. Anyway, so aside from us, don't forget to join. So there is going to be, as I said, there's going to be another event on Saturday for Palestine at the War Memorial. Sorry, not War Memorial, the Human Rights
Monument.
Human Rights Monument. Just go and join up. I'm going to try to attend, but I don't think I will be able to this weekend. I'll find out some more details, but please do join up. If not, I'm sort of conniving for more stuff. And as always, we need more funds, because this stream is also for fundraising purposes.
Oh,
just
listen,
not for it only.
Now that you have that up, listen, guys, I just want to say a couple. I hate this part of the show. I fucking hate it. I hate asking for money. I hate that. So what I'm doing is I'm going to ask something else of you guys, because I want to make my own money. And so I don't know how this is going to work. And I probably will only make pennies off of it. But I don't give a shit. I'm going to try. And I'm going to find out how to monetize. But on Friday, this coming Friday, I am recording that song that I came up with in the fucking holding in the police station, and then honed it while I was in jail. It's about the genocide. I hope it comes out nice. People say they like it. I want to hear the final product. But if you guys can like help me push that shit out, and like, yeah, I'll put it on YouTube. I'll put it on TikTok and see if I can monetize a fucking song background. But yeah, that's what I want to do. I don't want to ask you guys for donations. I don't like that. I fucking hate it. I want you
I'll
to
ask
help
them.
me. Yeah, okay. I hate it.
Give.
Fucking hate
I'll
it.
ask, and many others will ask. Give, and it's unfortunately the legal system requires the people being accused, whether they're innocent or guilty, to pay. So whether you're innocent or guilty, you have to pay.
I want you to pretend you like my song, and I want you to tell everybody how much you really like my song, and I want you to push it out there, and that's how I'm going to pay. Yeah. You can keep the volume down and just let it play on Spotify or on YouTube, like just fucking, you don't actually have to listen to it. There's ways around it.
Listen to this one, eh? Anyways, that's us for tonight. Thanks for joining us again.
Thanks,
Help
everybody.
out if you guys can. There's the free Deana link. You can always go there. There's no S, and I keep screwing it up. That's probably why people keep messing it up here. It is just, there's no S. It's just TTP, and then it'll redirect you. Oops, that's the wrong one I did. Look at me screwing shit up. There we go. And that's it for us. Thanks for joining us this week. Don't forget to join us also on Friday, where we're going to be continuing with Spaces, TikTok and Spaces on both sides. So enjoy us on the Twitch, the Twitter side, where you can enjoy seeing us as well as we put the posts. While on the TikTok side, we'll do the video. And yeah, that's it. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you then. Till then, enjoy our final clip.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.